Morning friends, welcome to the channel. Bob here. I'm just playing some more Project Gorgon this morning. Just going to be like an hour or two, just faffing around. I'm trying to, I'm leveling, still leveling, what's it called? I'm still leveling vampire, sorry, I'm obviously not with it this morning. I'm still leveling vampirism. But what I'm trying to do is kind of get my account, character, whatever it may be, in kind of some sort of good old... Whoa, what the hell? Okay. That was... I just seem to take a ton of... I'm out of food, but I seem to just take a ton of burst damage there, just out of nowhere. Oh, fair enough. Let's just get back in the game. Yeah, I'm still leveling vampirism. I'm coming up to level 41. It's been quite slow, slower than it needed to be, really. I'm probably not in the best place with regards to power leveling. Is this poor? I think he's all right. I think I can buff. I think I can buff the dude actually when the counter comes around. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's. I mean, like how I've been doing it is not particularly effective. I think really what you probably want is a set of almost like power leveling equipment. I mean, I think the best thing generally is to have something that have a like an AOE kind of ability, something like what I've got here. Battle chemistry. I mean, interestingly enough, I did actually... Why am I taking so much damage? That has not been happening. Okay, that's weird. I've been doing this for ages and taking almost no damage. Now suddenly I'm taking a ton of damage. I'm not sure why. Anyway, I do apologise. Yeah, like back in the 3,000 years ago, I was there and. I wanted to have a skill that would allow me to level other skills up reasonably quickly. And that skill that I chose was battle chemistry. At the time I didn't realise what a nightmare it was to level, because you have to level up another skill to 50 first. And at the time I was a new player with literally nothing. You know, no gear, no money, nothing at all. So I kind of grinded to level up this skill. I think it was alchemy. Yeah. And then I got battle chemistry. And battle chemistry has been pretty good. I mean, it does help you to level up another skill quicker. You have to be careful with the skill when if you want to power level another skill, because you get like a minus 25 essentially. So if you've got battle chemistry to 50 and you want to level up a new combat skill and it's 0, then you're leveled down to, your battle chemistry is leveled down to 25. So a lot of the gear you've got you probably can't wear, I don't think anyway, that's how it seems to me. And your skills are also leveled down, so you can only use your battle chemistry skills that are sort of level 25 essentially. It still works, like once you get your new skill to 25, you can just put on maybe like a 50s, like a set of 50 gear. That's really good. The problem I have is that all of my gameplay pretty much with regards to Project Gorgon is I've taken like the shotgun approach or the scattergun approach, where pretty much I've just kind of gone blur from a skills point of view. I haven't really concentrated on anything. So it's actually a tip that I would give, I think, is to just focus on. I'm not talking about focusing on combat skills particularly, but like I don't have like any crafting skills, so I can't craft myself any equipment, which means that I'm at the mercy. I can't kill this mob with my battle chemistry. It's just not good enough. I don't have any good equipment for it. So yeah, so I can't craft myself any equipment. I'm kind of at the mercy of drops and then you know, kind of flogging essentially to like transmutation to get the things that I want. And transmutation is fine if you're starting off with gear that's got the combat skills on that you want essentially. So it's like, I kind of feel for battle chemistry it would probably be a good idea. I saw this on Professor Cat's video, one of Professor Cat's videos, who seems to be, I don't know if he's still playing or not, but like he's definitely like the build guru, I would say, or one of them. Since my old friend Kane kind of left the game, and I haven't spoken to him for a while. Yeah, so like if I could craft myself a kit of level 50 gear that was basically just, it souped up my battle chemistry powers basically, then I could put that on at level, you know, when your new battle skill gets to level 25, you can stick on your 50 gear. That's how I do it anyway. It's probably not the best way around. And then have a whale of a time, you know. But at the moment, I'm kind of power leveling vampirism with battle chemistry, which is fine. But I don't really have any battle chemistry gear, particularly. So yeah. But that's what I mean. Like more than combat skills. Like when I say trying to get my account in good order from a housekeeping point of view, it's just not having skills that, as I said, no combat skills, for example. So I don't have that option for equipment, and I have some other skills as well, you know. But I need to look into that just to see what will work. You know, what the best thing to do is from that kind of angle. Really, I definitely think crafting, being able to craft, at least craft my own armor, I think is probably a pretty big thing. I'm not quite sure what to go for. I know that kind of like leather working back in the day used to be like, you know, like well thought of, because I think you kind of had a mix of like power, health, armor regen, etc. I'm not sure if that's still the case, but I do have a load of skins, and I do have some skill already in leather crafting. Not a huge amount, but I've got some. So yeah, so I might try and do that. Well, I definitely will. I just need to kind of look at what the best combat skill will be for me, particularly, and then go from there. Essentially. Oh, for pity's sake! Where's he going? Come on then. Can't you see me? I'm up here, you fool. Will you come a bit closer? A little bit. I think we're alright there. There are a couple of zones I used to power level in. As I said, I think Kane, befriended the channel, gave me some tips on it. But I can't remember what they were now, so I'm kind of just here at the moment. It's going alright, you know. I mean, since using battle chemistry, other than just animal handling, the leveling has picked up. Yeah, so I'm kind of going through one of those periods that I have with the game, that I always have, is I come back to it for a period of time and I get addicted to what I'm doing, you know, and then after a time, as I've said before, like the kind of things that annoy you about a game starts to kind of get in the way. What I'm trying to do at the moment is annoy those, kind of avoid those things, if you know what I mean. So, and we'll see how we go. But there's definitely some things I need to do with my character account, etc., just to make it a bit more, you know. I think when you've got those things going as well, I think it also makes it easier to level up other characters. I mean, you don't necessarily need another character on this game, although I think another character would be, like if you wanted to play a vampire, for example, doing that on a second character, you know, that was just a vampire might be quite good, so that it wasn't interfering with the only character you've got. If you want to be a druid, or, you know, like Anthropy, whatever it may be, you know, I kind of think that those kind of things. Yeah, it's, and I think if you can make stuff and you've got a lot of cash or whatever it may be, yeah, and I think you can just ease another character into the world a bit easier. This is, I mean, I do have a couple of other characters, but I haven't really played them much, so this is essentially my only one. I'm not sure if you can have like a. I did kill Timothy yesterday, but it was a slow fight because his rage attack kind of curses you, and I was just trying to stay out of the way of that, and I was just letting the pet kind of do all the work essentially. Let's change back over to battle chemistry. Yeah, so I think a lot of stuff is just about making the journey a bit easier for you, because it is a game where there's a lot of grinding, and you spend a lot of time. You can spend a lot of time just doing a thing, So having options available to make things easier, I think, is a good idea. I don't think I would level up to battle chemistry, for example, on a new character. I don't think that'd be necessary. I did it for the AOE power leveling, and also because at the time it was one of the few skills that kind of gave you like a movement speed buff. But with mounts and whatnot, I don't think that's much of a thing now, really. What, a level 50 elven staff? Absolutely no good to us. It's 7 PM, so there were some things I was going to do. But I'm not quite sure what. Let's get level 41, and then we'll decide what we're going to do. I want to go to my Vampire Lord to turn in a favour for today. Definitely want to do that. I think we can probably just kill this crazed alpha, and then we will be... Oh, well done, mate. So what's this guy done? So he's come in. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. Vampirism I'm enjoying, but I need to look into. It's easy, particularly when you're a solo player. I think it's easy to get hooked up into what's actually the most efficient, what are the most efficient skills to play solo. And I've tried to avoid that. Like animal handling has always been a bit of a nightmare. And it's always been quite a bit behind. I'm not sure what it's like now, but it's always been a bit behind other skills and stuff. But I love animal taming in other games, so that's kind of why I went with that. And one of the reasons I came back was for a bit of vampirism, so I just want to try it out to a reasonable point. Dude, what's your game? You can get, it's interesting, you can get knocked. I noticed you can get knocked out of your animation. So you start a skill and your guy's halfway through the animation, you get stunned. That's your lot. It does not go off. Right, okay. Let's get some Speedy McSpeed stuff going on. With the vampire stuff, like with the being out during the day, like if you've got any, I mean it's evening now, but if you've got any type of, like weather going on, raining, snowing, whatever it may be, then generally you're okay. Ah, cool, that was worth it. Yeah, normally you're okay, even during the day. So it's still early days, but it seems though the game's still doing pretty good from a population point of view. I mean, it is much quieter this week. I guess like when I'm playing, it's like a, you know, the UK and Europe, people are probably at work. In America, people that are asleep or at work, you know, so that's understandable. One thing I think is important. I mean, I have to. I mean, I mostly played this game for the ideas that I like and some of the really funny, unique mechanical elements. Um, and I've never really looked at like combat synergies and stuff. I think that's partly why I never enjoyed the end game as much as I maybe could have done, because I just, you know, it's just a case of at some point at that level you kind of have to look at some skill synergies and do a proper build, you know. So that's probably because all different sorts of damage type, obviously elemental, trauma, you know, psychic damage, etc. And it's just something that I never really looked at from a build point of view, but definitely need to do that. But yeah, what I might do later on this afternoon is work on increasing a crafting skill so I can make myself some armour. It's definitely one of those games, I think, where even though it's just been released officially on Steam, it's been around for a long time, and so I think it's one of those games where you either try and enjoy it for what it is, or you just don't play it essentially. Because of that, you know, nothing's ever going to change. No, they're not going to change their ideas now. They're not going to suddenly, you know. Oh wow! What the hell happened there? Okay. Oh, we did respawn where we wanted to. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's the game's so long in the tooth now, despite what some people seem to, what some new streamers seem to be saying. Yeah, that the all of its quirks and things that you like and things you don't like are probably not going to change that much. Going into Povus, which I'm not a fan of. So we'll fly. My word. Dude's had some issues here. I did level up my conic level yesterday, so I could talk to the guy on the on top of the mushroom. He then does indeed let you into a mushroom dungeon, and it's very difficult. And I couldn't do it. So I'm assuming that that's where one of the vampire quests are that I need to do, but I just couldn't do it. It was yeah. It's beyond my kind of build plus equipment at the moment, so maybe it's something I'll look at another time. As soon as I went in a dungeon, you got like elite mobs. I thought, oh well, this is obviously not for me. You know. So I need to work on my character, my account, whatever it is. If I, at the moment, I kind of feel that I quite like to do that, and see where we go. See how we go. I think there's so much, like, as I was watching a guy called Professor Cat who hasn't done a video for quite a while, but he's like a very knowledgeable player, and you know, when I watch his videos I kind of see stuff that I've never seen before. I mean, I've been playing. I don't know how long I've been playing a game for, like 7 or 8 years maybe or something, possibly. But I watch his videos and there's stuff that I just don't. I've never seen. What the hell is that kind of, Anyway, yeah, it's quite overwhelming. It is quite overwhelming. Thing is, you can have like all the combat skills on one character. The only like caveat to that, obviously, is that you, like for most skills, I would say there is an element of work that ranges from fairly easy to Jesus Christ, Yeah, I don't know. Like, what do you like? I mean, the game. It's a strange game because you can play as a tank and that's useful, and you can play as a healer and that's useful. But I don't. This is not the sort of game where you kind of get that, like the holy trinity of classes. I'm not saying that there's probably not some encounters where a tank is not useful, but like when you watch a lot of high level content that I've seen, a lot of it is just about just DPSing stuff down quickly. Essentially, it's not like I don't think it's a tactical game in the same sense as like classic EverQuest maybe from a combat point of view. It can be, and I'm sure a tank's got its uses and a healer and whatnot, but I don't think Weather Witching is what they would call a super powerful class. I mean, I'm going to pick it up at some point just for the flavour. But I don't think it's like. I mean, if you're looking to be the best at something, I'm not sure Weather Witching is that particularly. See, with the way I play this game, to be honest with you, it's just flavour, really. Like the vampire skill came out recently, and I say recently, like for me anyway. What do I need to hunt? I don't need to do it, but bears. Okay. But like I picked up vampirism, which is it's got some drawbacks when you play it, and it's quite grindy and tricky. Like it's been designed as a high level kind of skill, Oh bugger, buggery McBugger. But I picked it up because from when I first heard about it, like playing a vampire in a game, I'm all for that. Did it quite a lot in like Morrowind and Oblivion, those kind of games. So I kind of picked it up for the flavour, even though it's got some quirks that can be quite frustrating. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's all about just picking what you like. Sorry, let me just have a quick look. I need to get 5. I need to get 5 hate pearls out of my bag just to turn in this vampire quest for the day. I mean, as I said, I pick up Weather Witching because it just seems cool. That's purely it. Just because it's a cool. There's no other game that's got like a Weather Witching class. It just and I like the theme of it. A lot of what I like about it is kind of like picking like a theme kind of thing, and maybe just building around that. I mean, I had like despite the fact that I played loads, I'm not an expert. Maybe some people in the chat can help you out, but I'll try and quickly cover it. Animal handling is my highest skill, I think, and it's basically taming. You tame pets. The pets grow with you. So if you like a class that tames animals and you can develop a relationship with your animals, that kind of thing, that's fine. Bard, I don't know a huge amount about. I'm 62, but I don't know a huge amount about it because I think it changed recently. But you know, you sit there playing your tunes, doing good and healing, and also doing damage. So it's pretty decent. Battle chemistry is like an AOE combat skill with some healing and some buffs. You can make yourself run faster. You can give yourself better armor, that kind of stuff. What else have we got? Cow Deer I haven't played a lot. Druid is pretty decent. I think it synergizes well with a lot of classes, particularly like around poison, etc. It does healing as well, some buffing, debuffing, etc. Fire magic I've started to play around with. That probably speaks for itself, I guess, that one. Really. Giant Bat is one of my favourites. It's a lot of fun, and you can just fly around as a giant bat. I like that one. Ice Magic 65. Again, you know, it's an ice magic skill type thing. I leveled it quite a bit, but I've never really, what I would say, gotten into it. Knife fighting and sword fighting are apparently really strong, I think, from what I could see. I was looking at some build stuff on the Discord yesterday. And knife fighting, I think, is pretty strong. Lycanthropy's werewolf, which I picked up really early. Again, just for a thematic type thing. Mentalism, haven't really done much with that. But it's like, I think it's healing, buffing, plus lightning damage and psionic damage. Necromancy, again, I played a bit, but I never really got into it. What's good about these skills as well is they've all got their own nice little unique touches. So for Necromancy, you can get different. You start off by summoning just some normal skeletons, but you can get different types of skeletons to summon and different pets and all that kind of thing. So I think that's probably it, really. Priest 52, but I couldn't really tell you much about it. Psychology was one of my first skills, and I paired that with werewolf, but I didn't, you know, you can probably, some of the skills are really, really funny. It's a bit like an enchanter from EverQuest, I guess. You've got psychoanalyze. So you got some crowd control, some healing, some damage. I've heard people saying that Mock was, I think it was Mock was like massively nerfed or something, and so a lot of people kind of, or you know, some people I know sort of dropped it or stopped using it. You got skills like you were adopted, which is funny. I think there's one about your mum as well. Tell me about your mother, kind of thing. So yeah, it's quite a nice little thing. Shield I really liked. Kind of speaks for itself. You have a shield and it's got loads of shieldy abilities, I guess. Probably works well with sword or dagger, I guess. Probably for your tank build. Spider I kept meaning to do more with because I love the theme, so I'll probably do some more with that at some point. Spirit Fox I did for a bit. I liked it, but the one thing I didn't like about it was the Fox model at the time. I didn't like the animations and stuff. It all felt a bit namby-pamby to me. A bit too furry, if you know what I mean. Staff, again, was one of the skills that I picked up really early, but I haven't played it for years. Sword I've never done. Vampirism I'm just leveling up. Unarmed I did for a period of time. Warden is an animal only skill, which I've done a bit of, but I kind of found unlocking the credits you need for buying skills and stuff a bit of a pain in the arse. But again, it's probably something to, I mean, I like some of the animal forms, so it's probably something to work on again at some point. Yeah, that's probably all I can tell you, really. I think Staff's a good tanking weapon. Cow, which I've never really done much of, used to be the best tanking class. Not sure if it still is. Deer, again, I think is pretty good. You've got Druid. You've also got a Priest skill, which I got to 52, but again, I couldn't really tell you much about it now. It's been a long time since I played it. Got a bit of damage, bit of healing. all that kind of stuff. The other thing as well to remember with well, I'm not sure if it's the same now, but with combat skills, so like the enchantments you get on equipment can almost completely change a skill. So you might get a specific enchantment for a combat skill, and it completely makes it, say, completely changes a skill. I have come across a couple of occasions where that happens, but it can. So like, it might turn some of your attacks from like nature damage to something else or whatever. So along with all the enchantments on the equipment, there's probably God knows how many different types of builds you could come up with. But it's if you're the sort of person to sit down and likes going through all that stuff. I mean, I do generally, but I do find this quite overwhelming sometimes when I sit down to do it. Yeah. It's difficult because I think that even some skills can do, like even some skills you wouldn't think would do DPS can do some DPS and can be a bit tanky. I don't know. I kind of feel that this is the ideal game, as I said, to like pick a theme that you like for your character and maybe just go with that. But I don't know how you're playing. Like, are you going to be grouping mostly in a guild, or if you're soloing, then I mean, I guess it makes sense to try and work on some skills that are pretty good soloing for when you get higher up. I think Cow used to be a good solo class as well, just because it was so tanky. I guess you could be Cow Warden, Cow Druid. I just can't imagine playing as a cow. That's the only thing. Wolf and giant vampire bats, that's more my style. It might be quite fun if you could do a theme thing out of a cool name and stuff. So let's turn in our favour. Fair enough. Thank you. Not high enough for training yet. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got some of that. Oh no, okay. I'm not going to pick up that quest because he's gonna just. One of the things to remember with the in this game with the quest is that when you talk to the NPC, auto hands in the quest. And I kind of like I'm not 100% sure, but I kind of got this thing at the moment where I think with the vampire, it feels more. It feels more sensible to turn in one favour a day. Okay, so let's go and have a little look around the. What I would do is, if you type in Professor Cat Project Gorgon on YouTube, there's a guy called Professor Cat, and he's a proper player, if you know what I mean. He's a player with an A. So he's got loads of videos. He hasn't done a video for quite a while, but I'm sure that they're all relevant. Like lots of guides and stuff. So go and have a chat with him and see what's what. Sorry, go and watch some of his videos, and I think you'll probably get a lot out of it. I mean, I do get loads out of them, and I've been playing for years. But as I said at the start of the video, like maybe a bit like yourself, like if everything feels a bit overwhelming, and so I just use like a scattergun approach to everything, as opposed to maybe focusing in on something. One of the things I regret not doing at the moment is having a crafting skill to make my own equipment. So that's probably something I'm going to focus on. I'm not sure if it's the same. People used to say that leather was the between cloth leather and plate armors. Like leather was like a really good like in between. I'm not sure if that's still the case. I'm assuming it's what it used to be like, where you get more armor with plate, like better power and power regen with cloth, and leather was kind of like a middle ground. Definitely check out Professor Cat though, because I think you'll pick up a lot. It might seem even more overwhelming, but it's yeah. I guess maybe even more so than other MMOs, like because there is so much content in the game and it is so overwhelming. Yeah, maybe really just trying to focus down on something might be a good idea. Pick a theme that you enjoy and go with it, and see where it leads. So I've got a load of crap to get rid of. So let's go and find somewhere to sell stuff, etc. Yes, giant mushroom dudes. Okay. Let's go all the way back to Serbule. I'll have to run some of the way. So one thing that I've never prepared on my character is teleportation. Like I've got the basics, but I could make travelling so much easier for myself, if I, but it was just something that I never really concentrated on, because you've got like teleportation and you've got mushroom ring teleportation, and oh no, that was the wrong one. Okay, let's go. Wolf zoom. Wolf factor 10. That's what we're in. I suppose at least picking up weather witching, there's no drawbacks, is there? You've got to be careful with one or two of the skills where some of them have like a drawback. I mean, I've got all the skills that have got drawbacks, I think, and I've never really had a massive issue. I've just picked up Vampire, which is the next one. So, yeah, it's workable. Probably more so now there's more players around. If the game carries on as it is with a healthy population, then I think from a basics point of view, it's probably best to. Well, I think it's probably a good idea to. No, not that. Things like first aid, which I probably need to unlock. Saying that, things like first aid and what the hell's it called? First aid and endurance. I think it's probably a good idea to keep those maxed when you can, which is something that I never did. Like I literally just ignored endurance essentially up until I did the basics, got it to 50. I've only just recently unlocked it, which is not a good idea. I think what hurt me with my scattergun approach was favour with everyone, essentially. Because the favour is probably one of the biggest things in the game, if not the biggest. Like, it controls everything you can do pretty much, from leveling your character to selling to a vendor to like storage space. It really is key. But the further you get into the game, the more NPCs you have to increase favour with, and so it can become a bit of a drag. I fucking hate mobs that just drop a status effect on you. These mobs are literally God knows how many levels lower than I am, but they'll just randomly fire spit at me as I run past. It's really shit. Like, Professor Cat's probably got a video on it, but when we get into Serbial, I will show you what I discovered. I'm not sure if it's useful information anymore. Maybe things have changed, but maybe someone can comment in the comments later on. I keep an eye on it about weather witching. The thing with the game is because I think is it like 100 levels max now for a skill, and with all the enchantments and stuff, you just really don't know. You've got no idea how a class is going to perform, like, at all, really. There's just so many things you can do with it. So much like theory crafting around stuff. So Roshan the Traitor was one of the first people that I increased my favour with. We're best friends because he buys. I haven't got anything at the moment. Oh no, vendors also have a certain amount of councils that they can that you can sell stuff to them for. I've got like about a day or something, I guess, left before he restocks his cash. But Roshan buys any armour or stuff, basically. So early in the game, you have to get, if you turn up with a level 50 item and you haven't unlocked any favour with him, he'll buy it, but he doesn't give you the full amount that it's worth. So that's why you have to increase the favour with vendors, etc. There are other reasons as well. Like, he also trains staff. This is kind of about where I stopped staff, as you can see. There's loads of stuff that I didn't buy. I need different favour for some of them, that kind of thing. Yeah, so I unlocked my favour with him because he buys weapons and armour. Doesn't buy jewellery, but he buys weapons and armour. If you go small talk, basically just farm staves. I think that's what I did. I just gave him some a staff every now and again. You can do favours. So you can do quests, give gift. So small talk, if you like staves, give gift, and then just give him a staff, and your favour will go up. Essentially, I think that the higher level the item is, the better. For some of these guys, I did look on, like if you go on buy used, I'm not sure if you'll find any here because maybe people use them as. So there's a staff here, basically. For some of the increasing favour, I went around to some of the vendors, and I would like buy staves, for example, to give to him essentially. Yeah, so he was one of the ones I unlocked because it seemed pretty important. There is a mantis in the next room. I can't remember what I used to say. I used to come here and sell stuff to him. I can't remember what it was. What does he buy? I think maybe I used this guy when I was leveling alchemy. So I'd make alchemical potions and I would sell them to this guy to get some money back, maybe. Maybe that's what it was that he trained some druid stuff as well and whatnot. So I unlocked his favour. I can't remember why. And then there is. Let's go to her first. Woohoo! Yeah, your mount doesn't like being in the water, or my equivalent of the mount. When my wolf's in hyperspeed, it doesn't like being in the water for some reason, which is quite weird because horses swim exceptionally well. Oh, here we go again. When you jump, also apparently doesn't like it. I need to check that out. I'm guessing I can probably, like, there's some stuff that I can give to my mount, like a better saddle and that kind of thing. So maybe I need to do that. I've had a couple of people say they're new and they're a bit lost, so I don't know if any of this information is kind of helping. So there's a fairy over here called Flea. Like there's Serbial. She's just over here, basically. Don't know why I turned my map off. So I did favour for her, unlocked her. I think we're kind of like family. Because she buys pretty much everything. She doesn't give you the best prices for stuff, but she gives you, she buys everything. I think what she's really good at buying are these skill books and crafting recipes. I do need to get rid of some of this stuff, so maybe we'll just sell it. I mean, I don't know that one, so maybe I'll keep it for another time. We know that one, so we'll just sell it. You can sell these on a... Here we've got that one. And we got that one. So Flea, we're soulmates actually, me and Flea. I can't go any higher. I require 10 million favour to go to increase, which I think just means that you can't, basically. And then there's a couple of guys. So these were the for whatever reason, I think a friend of the channel advised it, and I kind of semi-worked it out. But these were some of the people that I unlocked favour with initially. Another important one I found early on was the dude Larson here. He buys jewellery. So, yeah, we're kind of like family. I haven't bothered to increase my favour with him anymore. He likes fancy rings, so I could just gift him these rings to increase favour. There we go. Got a little bit. I think I've looked at those already. Yep, so he's useful as well for selling all your jewellery. They do have all of the vendors have a buy used tab as well. The problem is though, is that obviously because so many different people use so many different combat skills that, like, if you're willing to look through, you might find something useful, you know. But it's I'm not sure it's a way that I'd recommend of getting better stuff. And then also we've got Joey over here. Joey's useful as well because when you increase your favour with him, you get extra storage, and he also buys armour and weapons and stuff as well. So I use Joey when the other guy, is it Roshan, when he runs out of cash, I use this guy, and he's almost run out of cash again as well. So yeah. So that's it really. Like, I think favour is probably the most important thing in the game actually, because it controls pretty much everything you do. So for your class trainer as well, you can't just go there and learn stuff. You know, you have to unlock a certain favour level as well to level up. So some of them are also like most NPCs you can give gifts to, but some of the gifts can be a bit obscure. Like for these ones, it's quite easy because it's just swords and shields here essentially. So just keep giving him those to increase your favour. But some of them require stuff that you might have to craft that you don't have access to. Can be a bit of a pain sometimes depending on what it is. I think your class trainer ones are generally not too bad. I think one of the ones I had, so I think the werewolf trainer, for example, likes any equipment that's got werewolf enchantments on it, basically. So just farm up gear as a werewolf and that kind of thing, you know. Yeah, as I said, some of them require stuff like crafted stuff, etc. But that's a big part of it. As for like going back to what you were talking about, so picking the best classes for you, I don't know. I'm terrible. Like I literally try and unlock everything. That's what I used to do. And just have I should have my time, money, and investment spread across 20 combat skills when I'd have been better off just concentrating on, I don't know, even just 3 or 4 probably would have been a bit more useful. My storage is a mess, but I just can't. Just trying to sort it out. It's just not for me. I've been collecting skins, so I might go and do some. I might try and increase my level. I might have to go on Discord or ask someone what will be best to level up from a making my own armor kind of point of view. I'll need to check that out. I haven't got that one. This is new for me. The dynamic safe box thing, which is pretty cool. I think it's unlocked by doing activities, by people doing activities, which I need to look into. I've got loads of skill books here that I don't know the skills. I don't know them myself, so I'm kind of keeping them just in case. Actually, I know that one. I'm kind of keeping them just in case. I've got a Weather Witching there. Summon Doomstorm 2. So I'm keeping some of those if I don't know them. So I've got some Windstep boots. They're level 50, but I don't think they're any better than the ones I need to get some better stuff like this probably as well. Yeah, it's not really. I think I'll just sell the rest of this stuff. A Dream Realm chest, but I don't know what that is. But there's a portal to the Dream Realm, but I've never been there, so I don't even know. I don't know what it is. I think there's so much new stuff been added. That I'm just not aware of. Yeah, storage was one of the things that I struggled with when I first started as well, just because so much stuff drops, and when you're a new player, you're not really aware of what you want to keep, what you want to get rid of, etc. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I mean the dynamic safe box thing, as you can see, I've already filled up more than half of it. A lot of this stuff I can probably sell and get rid of if I need to. But kind of hanging on to it for now. I'm a bit of a hoarder, so I think we're just going to sell all this crap that we picked up in the dungeon. What has been quite cool, I've noticed, is I had a load of stuff that I collected over the years that This guy's another storage. I've got food in here though, so it's just food basically. Most of it's fruit and veg. I keep meaning to increase cooking as well, just to be self-sufficient on the cooking front, but that's not quite working out at the moment. Transfer chest, which you can use to transfer between characters. I've got some event keys here. I've got a level 80 event keys, which you can open. You can open an event chest and get some gear. But I've been saving them until I get some skills to level 80, essentially. I'm not sure if you can still get those events. Oh, you do get events going on, so I think you can still get the event keys. And behind somewhere, there's some chests that you can put the keys in. Oh, here they are. You can put the keys in to get some. 80 is the highest, actually. It's interesting. Yeah, I think I spent quite a lot of time initially. I think I spent a lot of time initially using stuff for favour. So if I went out to a dungeon, like I spent a lot of time. Like my favourite dungeon in the game is Borkhild over here. I spent a lot of time there in the early days, and I would just go back to town with a stack of, with like a bag full of weapons or whatever, and I would just give them to people as favour. Basically, that was my main thing. The vendors here. The thing with vendors is it's difficult to know. Like I hate stuff that's overpriced. It really pisses me off. Like I understand there's a lot of time investment involved, but and I'm not sure if there's not as many people doing it. But I've only noticed a couple of people around here doing food recently. But they're charging like 5 times more for the stuff than I used to pay for it. So like being self-sufficient with providing your own food, which again is another key system, is probably good. But yeah, I hate stuff that's overpriced. So I kind of see what other people are selling stuff for, and I try and sell it for less, essentially. Like these glamour berries, I've got a 10k roughly at the moment, which is quite a bit less than what I've seen them for recently. But I'm not that bothered really. I should keep a couple. I think I've kept a couple for myself. Skill books is difficult to know what to sell them for. What I do every now and again is just reduce the price of stuff a little bit. I can tell you that things like sulfur, fire dust, saltpeter, pig snouts, all that sort of stuff's been selling well. If you look at the shop logs, sulfur. Oh, someone bought pig juice, fire dust, sulfur, pig snout, sulfur. Oh, the magic. No. That was stuff that I added. Anyway, friend of the channel bought my celebratory cake. I hope you enjoyed it, mate. Yeah, fire dust, pig snout, sulfur. You see, as I was saying earlier, when I came back to the game, I've got tons of this crap that I've just collected. Like all these resources that people really seem, like new players, I guess, maybe really want to seem to be buying. So I've just chucked it all on. All on there, yeah, and it's all selling. I mean, like I've got 271,000 councils, which, like for an account of my age, is probably, like, a lot of people probably laugh at that. But I did spend 200k on an item to unlock the vampire skill. So yeah. If anyone's ever got any questions, then just leave it in the channel. Leave it as a comment. Because I know, as I said, a few of you have said that you're new and you're a bit lost. And if I can't answer them, then I'm sure someone else will. Or as I said, like just go to Professor Cat's channel on YouTube. Just type in Professor Cat Project Gorgon, and you know that guy's an encyclopedia, particularly when it comes to builds and stuff. I think he's really active on Discord as well, so he's a cool dude. That's it really. What shall I do now? We will. Let's have a little run over to. It's almost daytime, so obviously as a vampire, I've got to think about that. What we can do is run over to. Actually, let's go and check out the Dream Realm. Yeah, I haven't been there yet. Let's have a look. I'm a bit worried because is it sunny there, and will things go badly? But we'll see. Phantom Ilmari Desert. Oh wow. Okay. What does that mean? So is the Dream Realm like a just a different version of another zone? Probably. Some low-level animal mobs around the thingy. It does seem to be. Okay. Well, let's do that. Let's explore. Let's have a little look around. Now these mobs over here, there's some giant frogs or something over here. I wonder if the town is still there as well. I should probably go and check it out just in case. There are some frogs. There are frogs. I'm assuming, like most of the game, you know, there's like a point to the. There's like a point to it, but whatever that may be, who knows? My kind of guy, yeah, that's no good. My normal guy is so slow. So it's no good. I don't know why any of my Jesus, Bob. Let's have a look around. I'll have to check out the dream world. Maybe there's a skeletal frog. Yeah. Maybe there's a thing to it. I'm sure there will be, but I've got no idea what it is, so... Oh, tornado spider. Seems quite low level, actually. It's interesting. Fire elemental. Oh, so the town in the Dream Realm is actually overrun. I think I'll find out what the idea of this is rather than doing it now. Oh, there's a boss. A fear breather. Holy shit. Okay. We'll discover this later because the sun's coming up, so I'm going to start taking fire damage. Sun damage. which we don't want. That's a really weird noise. I don't know if you heard it. It's like breather mobs. Like someone breathing, heavy breathing down a phone. It sounded like. Cool. Okay, so that's something new to check out. I have no idea what that is. New for me, I should say. Can be a bit sneaky with the sun damage vampire thing. Being in shade can help, and also, as you saw when you're at the the vampire guy, his little ghoul servant will tell you what the weather is. So if the weather's not so bad, then you're all right. Jeez, swimming again. Yeah, I'm taking sun damage now. Come on. Holy moly. We made it. This it's pretty crazy in here because you've got I think I'll have to unwall first. You get these floating skulls that one shot you essentially, which can be a bit of a nightmare. Oh, I forgot about these ghosts as well. Let's bring it back here for a sec. I don't think I can stun these. No, okay, so I'll probably have to go with animal handling maybe. You can kind of wear them down, but it's just unless you can stun them. Okay, let's quick. Oh no, don't do that. Sorry, dude. I think there was someone just coming in there. There's quite a few ghosts there, so let's go and see if that guy was all right. Yeah. Okay. What I might do is change form if I can. To a slightly lower centre of gravity. Which is not what we want. This is going well, isn't it? Yeah, for those skeleton heads in here, if you ever come in, if you're new, then you need we'll just have a faff around in here. You need just a bit of range. You can hit them in the back and kill them. They haven't got many hit points. It's pretty easy going. But the problem is sometimes it's hard to see them amongst a load of other mobs, so you just die. And you're like, what the hell? There's a giant plains rat over there. It's wandered into the it's wandered in. It's also easy to get swamped in here as well. It's kind of one of those places. This is one of those places where it's just a nightmare for your pet. It's I mean, he might die actually. He will just kind of run in, you know, and and he will die like that. One of the issues with this place is that when the mobs call out for help, they hear. So this is where I would be useful to have battle chemistry. They hear kind of up and down essentially. I think I might have pulled the dungeon there. Yeah, in Zerbal, there's a new storage option. If you go to, I normally go to, if you go to the bookcase, what have we got here? Yeah, this is a horrible place for that. Particularly over this section here. They come from above and below, essentially, if you aggro something. Or if it calls out, basically. Watch out, dude. Oof. That was close. That was almost a death. Yeah. Yeah, this actually getting up these stairs here is the hardest part in the dungeon. Because it just comes from everywhere. Particularly as animal handling. I mean, the pet is just an absolute nightmare. I'm going to have to just keep pulling him back. That's it. If we can pull him to the corner. Let's charm one, shall we? There we go. Got a little pet. He just goes running off. He won't fight what's standing in front of you. He'll just, for some reason, he'll just go, right, I'm going to go up here. And literally will just run off. He's even got like a direction thing where you can direct him, but he just still will just run off wherever he likes. It's always been one of the big weaknesses of pets. He's going to die again. I don't really want him to die, but... yeah, we kind of cleared it out. Well, vampire... I've got no vampire equipment, so... I'm trying to kill stuff with just vampire is absolute carnage. I should probably not be... Got hit in the back. There you go. You see, face of death. That's what you've got to be careful of. They're a bugger, those things. Even like the pet has like a do nothing skill. And what I do sometimes is draw mobs to him where he's standing because he'll still attack. But even when with that turned on, he'll still run off and do stuff, you know. It's a bit of a nightmare. Where did that head go? Oh, shit. Oof. That was close. There was nearly another one on the chin. See, back in the old days, what you would do is you'd be kind of, I guess, a bit of a... I can't even kill that. You'd be kind of a bit of a shit, and you would not bury corpses, right? So they just take much longer to respawn, essentially. But when there's other people here, it's not, you know, come on, dude. I'm seriously considering, like, all the time and money I've invested in animal handling, but I'm seriously considering dropping it. It's just like, or maybe just go a different route with it. It's still like, I think maybe it's had some upgrades recently, but just the actual, like, the control of the pet is just horrible. Yeah, normally I wouldn't bury corpses because so things spawn slower essentially. But when you've got someone else here hunting who's lower level, it's kind of a bit of a shitty thing to do. I do like the charm skill of the vampire. That is really cool. I like having another pet. Okay, so we've got to let's quickly do this. We've got a face of death coming in. Yeah. I must have had so many deaths in this dungeon as well. There's another face of death down there. Got him. Okay, off you go. You just go running off. Chase it around. He can stun the ghosts, or she, so yeah, it just makes it easier to kill them. You have to stun them before you do any damage to them. There's another face of death there. Faces of death are good, cool, because they drop skill books, and I think during Halloween they drop the. Where did I kill that one? I killed one, didn't I? Yeah, during Halloween they dropped the giant bat skill books, I think. They drop a lot of recipes as well. Normally when you open the chests in here, like mobs spawn. Oh, there we go. I'm squashing out for faces of death. Yeah, so that's another thing. If you're new, if you bury a corpse, it respawns quicker, which I guess is good, you know. If you're like when the population is really small and I was crawling through a dungeon. Yeah, just don't do it. Essentially, just to give yourself a bit more breathing space. Well, whenever you see a bit of green, I'm always like, is that a face of death or not? Sometimes you get one round. You get a mob spawn there as well that I think wanders, if I can remember. Yeah, you got a chest in there. Sometimes when you click a chest, the mob that spawns will be a face of death. But at least, often, they will... it will spawn outside the room and wander in, so you don't just like, you know, oh, here we go. Where you guys come from? You can't actually attack your charmed pet at all until it wears off, so... There is a boss here, but I don't know. It's not. The stats are not that crazy. I think with bosses though, I really, really, really do not like curses at all. It's such a pain in the arse. Are there any more rooms with mobs? Oh, I just heard something. No, maybe it's some people fighting upstairs. Okay, well let's see. Let's pull. Oh, I heard someone somewhere. Yeah. Let's pull the boss. See what happens. I'm going to move. Okay. Let's do this properly. Let's move the pet back here, because if that acid trap attacks me, then oh, we got two there. That's annoying. Kill the first one. That. Doing a lot of damage actually to my pet, a lot more than Timothy was doing in the werewolf dungeon. Ah, oh, there you go. There's an ad. Yeah, I don't think Mif's got any chance there. Oh, face of death. Oh, I thought he was going to dodge it. I love this dungeon because it is an absolute carnage. It's just a nightmare. We might have been able to wear the boss down, but with like terrible gear and oh, Miff did die. Shoot. But with like bad gear for a like low level vampire, it's not, you know. Those little shits, they always turn up in at the worst possible time. Yeah, little bugger. There's one there, there's another one down there as well. Come on, Fizz, do something. Attack it, you fool. Man, I think I'm going to drop pets at some point. Unless I'm, you know, I can get some advice on working them. It'd be nice not to have to worry about them, I think, as well. Like level vampire and then maybe just try something else. Where's he gone? Oh. It's a brilliant mob. Kind of only really works in, I think, a game with these kind of death mechanics. Like, can you imagine that happening in EverQuest with death penalty and all that sort of stuff? Just would not be acceptable. Right, so let's see if we can clear this section. I don't think I can do it with the pet though. Oh, there's another one. Get lost, you buggers. There you go, skill book. Oh, there he goes again. He's just gone running off. Has he gone running off? No, there you are. Okay. Let's change vampire to battle chemistry. Which probably means I need to change my weapon. Of course. Okay. I don't think there are any. I'm pretty sure there are no bosses here. So what we'll do is we'll send a pet in, and then I'll see if I can just AOE shit down. Essentially, try and clear it out. A lot more here than I thought there was going to be. And she like she's just gone running off again. Like just just vanished. It's weird. It's like I'm going to attack. I'm going to go and attack like this mob. You know. Look at that. Look how many mobs there are. Crazy. Perma stunned. All sorts of shit. Let's get some of you guys here. You gonna follow me in? Nope. Actually out of food as well. I kind of think this is probably how not to play the game. That injector bug poison, horrible. That's probably going to kill me. I've got nothing to cure it. No. Okay. That seems worse than it used to be. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I've cleared this dungeon and all the bosses before a long time ago. It can't. There was that many. I just think that the pet just went running in. God knows how many. God knows how much favour I'm losing with the pet or whatever it is. Bond level. Holy smokes. We kind of cleared out a fair amount. Holy smokes. Okay. We're just going to leave all these corpses here for now. I think that's the thing to do. There we go. Another little boss. Don't do it. Oh, you idiot, honestly. I think we need to stun him. But we can manage that. Stun him then. Come on, stun him. That's it. Thank you. Okay. Holy smokes. I see, I spot a face of death there. Got the bloody poisoning again. That's a pain in the arse, that is. We might outlive it this time. Absolute carnage. I don't remember what's around here particularly. Another face of death will sour our day. Okay, what does that spawn? Just a chest there. Little face of death there, so just hiding around the corner. Sneaky little git. Where are you, you bastard? There you are. Whoops. Oh, another little spell book. I could often drop unarmed skill books for some reason. Not quite sure why. Okay, here we go again. This might be a somewhat... Okay. He's off again. She's off again. Come on. Well, as you can see, I'm doing this with an absolute nightmare of a build. It's got kind of not really any synergy going for it. don't have any equipment for it either. I guess that's making it a bit more fun. I don't think we went in here, did we? There's some chests in here. Now these chests will often, I don't know how much space I've got left. I want my pet to come right around the back. How much inventory space we got left? Oh, okay. So these will often, yeah, spawn faces of death. So you've got to be careful. And you for some reason you move really slowly as well. Okay. Come back round here. Last chest might be a face of death, maybe. Oh, I got the poison again. Shoot. No one's stupid enough to come in here, so I'm not going to bury those corpses. We'll just leave them for now. Why does that keep happening? More chests through here. I think there's a chest through here. I keep getting the poison instead of the pet, which is quite annoying. Come on. Done. Any spawns? Doesn't look like it. This dungeon's probably not a good example, but yeah, most dungeons, even the lobby ones, have got these chests in that you can just loot for stuff and then just turn them in for favour. That's the... Okay, oh, I think it's getting close to my lunchtime, so I'm going to go try to go to lunch. This afternoon, what I might do this afternoon is spend some time looking into what's a good crafting skill to use. Essentially, I think that would make sense. And then maybe start trying leveling it up, make myself some armour. I think how it used to work is when you crafted armour. Oh, excuse me, I don't think I've got any here. But there are certain gems that you use with the armour to craft, and then that gives you the combat skills. It puts the enchantment on combat skill. So. Yeah, so like when I think if you want to make stuff for werewolf, there are certain gems that you use when you're making the equipment that will put like werewolf gems on and werewolf enchantments, that kind of thing. So you kind of get the equipment you want for the combat skill you want, and then you just like, it's transmog, is it? It's just transmog, I think it's called, or transmute or whatever, which gives you like you can choose an enchantment and change it for another werewolf enchantment, but it's kind of random. So, you know, and there's resources involved. So you might do it a certain amount of times to get what you want. I think also when you do it, the equipment loses it loses some. It's got like 100%, you know, whatever it's called. And whenever you change an enchantment, it uses some up basically. So you've only got a limited amount of times you can do it on any one item. Yeah, but this is kind of like early game. This is just what you do: go around to the dungeons, get an inventory full of stuff, and then just come back again, sell it or use it for favour, and then just keep doing the same thing. That's how I did it. I mean, I probably could have done a trade skill maybe. I did do one thing I would say is that I did do. I've still got a load of gems left because I did a lot of. I don't know what I'm showing you for. You know, I'm sure you'll work it out. I can't remember what it's called. Is it geology? Yeah, I did a lot of geology to get gems, which I sold. And at the time, gems sold quite a lot. I've sold some gems as well. So if you're looking, I think I did a lot in Eltabule, a lot of Eltabule like gem. You get like a map, and when you look at the map, it shows you where the gems are located. I think is how it works, if I remember. And then you can go and find the gems. So maybe give that a go. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching again, and I'll speak to you again soon. If anyone's got any, as I said, like a few people have said to me that they've picked up the game and they're a bit lost. I mean, if you've got any questions, just put questions in the comments, and then what I'll do is I'll try and answer them the next stream, or someone else might answer them in the comments, or maybe I can ask someone else. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.